Were arrested at the University of Virginia over the weekend. Joining me now is the Attorney General of Virginia, Jason Miyares, who joins me here in New York City. Why on earth would you come to New York City, Mr. Attorney General?
One of America's great think tanks, the Manhattan Institute, had a award ceremony last night, and thought I would honor them. They do great work. They've done fantastic work on crime and punishment. Their research has been fantastic.
Okay, how have you handled the student protests in Virginia? You've handled it sharp-edged, have you not?
Well, we've decided Virginia is not New York. I mean, Governor Youngkin has been adamant. We've had multiple conversations. We're not going to let the 1% of these far-left protesters ruin the educational experience of the remaining 99%. So we took very aggressive action. These were students that were warned repeatedly when they set up these encampments. This is trespassing. This is unlawful assembly. We've seen tragically...
What are they charged with?
Well, trespassing, unlawful assembly, some of them tragically. We're still trying to track down some of the perpetrators at VCU. Several of our officers were assault and battery and law enforcement. We've seen outside influencers come in. They're not students. They come in with bullhorns. They even directed our students to flank our officers. They are taking bear spray, water bottles, emptying them out, putting bear spray in and throwing them at the officers.
Well, what are you going to charge them? I mean, if you've got somebody who chucks an object at an officer, you've got an assault charge,
That's
right?
assault, battery, and law enforcement. That is a felony in Virginia, but we have to find them. These are smart agitators. They hide with the students. They do their attack, and then they disperse. So we're in the process of tracking them down.
If you get them and they're found guilty, will they go to prison?
There's mandatory minimum charges if you assault law enforcement in Virginia, so they're looking at it. Like I said, Virginia is not New York. We're not going to let these 1% far-left anti-Semitic protesters ruin it for the 99% of Virginia students.
Understood. I know that violent crime is down in Virginia. A lot of people are giving you credit for your Operation Ceasefire, I believe it was called.
Right.
But you've got a plan to combat retail crime. We've covered that widely on this program. What's your plan to stop retail crime?
Well, we worked with the General Assembly and the governor. We actually got implemented a real organized retail crime bill that got through, that put teeth. These are gangs that are targeting stores that are saying that basically if you have an aggregate amount of money, we can now prosecute you for a felony. So there's a task force that's been put in place. But listen, we had an attitude from day one. When we came in, our murder rate in Virginia was at a 20-year high. And Governor Youngkin and I had the attitude, we're going to work with law enforcement instead of working against law enforcement. Isn't that a novel idea? We're going to go after repeat violent offenders. We're going to bring up these gang activities. We've seen with Operation Ceasefire in our 13 targeted city, crime go down on all of them.
Have you seen any change in retail crime yet?
Well, the bill just went into effect this year, so effectively this year. So we'll know more about the end of the year, early next year, but we've already seen some positive signs in that direction.
One more for you. You've joined a multi-state effort to stop new Title IX changes from going into effect. So my big picture question is, do you want to stop biological males from competing with women in women's sports? Is that your objective here?
Title IX is designed to protect women. We're going to protect women and our female athletes, so yes. I've met with some of these athletes that didn't even get so much as a warning that they're sitting in a locker room and a biological male shows up in their locker room. One young woman shared with me that she felt so humiliated she had to find a janitor's closet to actually change into.
Well, will you go so far as to stop biological males from competing with women in sports?
Well,
that's it. That's
we're actually currently investigating one school in Virginia, Roanoke College, on that score as well. We have our own Civil Rights Act in Virginia, the Virginia Human Rights Act, that we're going to both protect your rights and dignity as a woman. Yes, we don't want biological males on our women's locker rooms, in our dorm rooms, and our sports teams, because Title IX is designed to say we're going to protect women. It's one of the great advancements in our civil rights laws, and this is classic what the Biden administration does with the administrative state and these executive orders. They bypass Congress. They do it through executive fiat to fundamentally try to change American society. Your state AGs are the ones taking them to court to stop it.
The Attorney General of the state of Virginia is Jason Miyares, and he's here in New York, of all places, with me today.
Great to be with you.
Mr. Attorney General, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, we're going to get back to Apple's big event today.